Hi, I'm here with Leon. He's a Man United fan, but he's all right when you get to know him. He's got an incredible transformation since being a member at our gym, so we wanted to interview him after his workout. So, Leon, tell us, how long have you been a member at Train Adby Gym?
I joined in September last year, so that's about 7 months now. And yeah, I moved to the area from the city centre and was looking for a gym to join, and here we are 7 months later after the 6-week challenge. And with the 6 weeks, I thought, yeah, I'll give it a go, and here we are. And I couldn't imagine a different gym now.
Love it, I love it. So you're new to the area. How did you find us?
Mainly doing a lot of Googling. I also put a post in the local Facebook group, the Marple Facebook group, and everyone was like, right, this is the one. And yeah, I thought I'd give it a go.
Tell us about the journey. So you put the post out, you're new to the area, you've put the post out about joining. What happens next?
So I think the first session was with you, and you went through a lot of like technique, and yeah, just having that like real sort of personalised first session was, you know, it's just been up and up since then, really.
When you filled in the form, did you think when you were coming down it was going to be like a commercial big gym, or did you know it was going to be like a personal training gym?
I had a good idea it was going to be a sort of group personal training sort of thing, but it was actually a lot different than what I expected in a good way. And the way it was different was the community, also the quality of all you guys, all the personal trainers. It doesn't matter who you're training with. It can be John, Eddie, Susie, Matty, Leanne. It really doesn't matter. The quality is always the same. And, you know, really putting that onus on your technique. I'm really pushing you as well, because that was a big thing for me, is like a big mental barrier. So I'd been down commercial gyms doing 3 sets of 8 every time, because that's what it tells you to do online. But I'm down here now, and I'll be with John, and he'll be like, "No, you're doing 15." And it's just being able to push through those barriers, which has been a big shift for me. And also because there's such a community, the members are all pushing each other as well, and that's a big shift, I think.
When you kind of knew it was going to be a personal training gym, did you think it would be this personal, or did you think it would be more of like a CrossFit box kind of circuit gym? Or
I thought it was going to be CrossFit 2.0, if I'm really honest, and it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that, because I've done sort of taster sessions at like CrossFit and High Rocks or whatever you call it, and it just wasn't for me, because it was very much like everyone's kind of walking around, working out topless. And, you know, when you're new to a gym and you're quite self-conscious, that's a kind of a bit of a turn-off. And it's not like that as well at all. It's just been really rewarding. And like I said, it's not because it's group personal training, but it feels like personal training because everyone's so attentive that, you know, you feel like you're always getting that personal training in a way.
I remember doing a weight training session with you and saying, "This is how you don't do it," and you just started laughing and you said, "That's how I've been doing it all the time."
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like, you know, even with what you think is quite a simple exercise in a bench press, it's, you know, it's taken actually months to perfect that, and now I'm in a really good place where I can push on with the weight, and I think pretty much every exercise I thought I was doing right for years and not really getting anywhere now. You know, I am doing it right, and before I was just doing it wrong for the entire time. But yeah, it's good to be able to get the technique right now.
We got there in the end.
Yeah,
we did it, and you're smashing it. It's great. Moving on to that, tell us a bit about the results that you've achieved. So the floor is yours.
I remember the first session you and I had, and you said you'd be able to do a press up. And within about 4 weeks, I could do a press-up. I've never been able to do a press-up. I've always told myself, oh, there must be just something wrong with me. I just can't do a press-up or whatever. But then now I will easily do 20, 25, 3 sets of them as well, which has been a big change, and that's decline ones as well. And so press-ups firstly. Secondly, over the last few weeks I've done chin-up without any bands or anything like that, no support, which I never thought I'd be able to do. And I was genuinely amazed the fact that I could do that.
You literally just said to me during that session when you did 3, you said, "I never ever thought I'd ever be able to do a single chin-up."
Yeah, and I genuinely mean that. And I remember looking at people in commercial gyms thinking, look at these guys just doing so many chin-ups. I'll never be able to do that. But now I can. And, you know, it's that built-up support. You know, it takes time, and you've got to be aware of that. But you will see results. And so they're the first 2. And then more with the weight training side, I'd never done a leg day in my life because I always looked at that like, I'm going to hurt myself if I do that or something. Now, you know, regularly doing squats, different types of squats, deadlifts, you know, with the sort of hamstring curls and just learning loads of new exercises as well, which again I wasn't expecting when I first joined, because I thought, right, it's just going to be your standard squats, deadlifts, and there is that, of course, but you're doing lots of new exercises as well. You know, the sissy squats, I've never even seen that in my life before, and the hamstring curls with the exercise ball as well, and I really enjoy doing that as well. And then finally, sort of your more general stuff with your bench pressing, I've managed to get that up to, I think it was 47.5. Yeah. I think in previous weeks 50 kilos, and I've never been able to bench that. I'd always be doing between 10 and 12 kilos with the dumbbells and be like, yeah, that's fine, and not seeing progress because I was never pushing myself hard enough.
Have you achieved any other results that you'd like to share?
Yeah, well, I think firstly physically, I've dropped I think since January, this is about 6 kilograms.
Amazing.
Since September, probably a little bit more than that. And I can really see it on my body now. I think over the last two months or so, I've started to notice a big physical change. I can see my abs for the first time in my life, yes. My arms, and also I think sort of more mentally, my confidence levels have just gone up. You know, I wouldn't go to the gym even with a t-shirt on before because I was just so self-conscious. Yeah. But now I happily wear a t-shirt. When I go on holiday, I feel more comfortable to take my t-shirt off, which again isn't something I ever thought I'd be able to do. And also mentally be more resilient, not just down in the gym, but also in everyday life, because I'm, you know, the trainers here have really taught me to push through that sort of mental block. And I wasn't expecting that benefit when I started. I thought it'd be all sort of physical stuff, but mentally, my resilience, my confidence have been a big difference.
Amazing, and we've seen it on you, and we've loved having you part of the community. Even the fact that this testimonial video has lasted about 7 minutes. I could stand here all day and just hear you say. So we could chat everything, but this is amazing hearing you. You know how the transformation you've done. I did your first session, so I've seen you come in low on confidence and stuff, and now seeing you lift weights with confidence, be part of this team. You know, we love having you here, and you've done amazing. What would you say to anyone that's, you know, maybe new to the area or, you know, not sure about these gyms, don't even think it's them? What would you say to them thinking about applying?
I think just go for it, just try it. You know, you'll soon settle in. I was really low on confidence, and there's a lot of other people here who I've seen join since who are quite clearly also low on confidence. But you know, you get that sort of tailored support. You know, you're getting check-ins as well monthly with different trainers, and so I think just go for it. You know, there's a 6-week session. That's what I started on. And, you know, I've never looked back, and I can't imagine changing gyms at all. So, yeah, just go for it.
Love it, and good luck with the game tonight. It's the big Europa League quarter-final. So, yeah, thanks, Leon.
Cheers, mate.
Quality, mate.